You guys are fun. I had a really weird show yesterday. I got to talk about it. All right. So I was trying out this new bit. Right. I'm not gonna do it for you because it turns out it's bad. But it was basically, the bit was about how, regardless of where you're from, like, we all have this shared experience of putting a condom on a banana. Because they all made us do that in sex ed for some reason, So the bit was basically about that. There's some exceptions to that rule, clearly. Because that's what happened yesterday. I was talking about this. There's this lady who audibly went like, "We never did that." So I was like, "Well, what did you do?" And she was like, "A broom." I was like, "Where did you go to school? Hogwarts?" That is awesome. Like, are you sure that even was sex ed? And not just like a janitor named Ed? Ladies call me Sex Ed. Step into my office. By which, of course, I mean the broom closet. Yeah! It was weird. But it's okay. So same show. And I was hosting, I was doing a Rona's job, talk to the audience. And I was trying to ask this lady, like, "What do you do, miss?" And she goes, like, "I'm an ER doctor." So I'm like, as an MC, you're like, "All right. What's the weirdest object you found up someone's butt?" Because there's got to be a story, right? And she was a little reluctant at first. She was like, "Oh, I don't know. I probably shouldn't tell you. I mean, you're probably just going to turn it into material." I'm like, "I promise I won't do that." I was like, "Come on, out with it." And she was like, "That's what he said." And then we high-fived. She was cool. So she was like, "All right." One time, there was this guy came to the ER who lost an apple up there. Yeah. First of all, lost? What do you mean lost? You don't lose an object up here. Like, this guy wasn't like... And it's like, "Where did you see it last?" He was like, "Well, Forgot I went spelunking. So, whatever, right? It's an apple, like, we're all different. Who cares? Like, what this guy chooses to do in the privacy of his own supermarket, that is between him, the devil, and Granny Smith. You know what I mean? Like, we're all different. Like, some people like golden showers. He likes some golden delicious. Who cares? That's fine. Like, he wasn't expecting to go to the ER that day. He just bit off a little more than he could chew. He wasn't expecting a medical intervention. I mean, quite the opposite. You know what they say, an apple a day. Someone should have told him, location. Look, why an apple? I don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe he was trying to be an innovator. Like, as far as we know, this guy's like the Steve Jobs of anal stimulation. He's like, think different. Apple. Right? Or maybe something happened in his life. We don't know him. Something might have happened in his life that, made him develop a fruit fetish, Maybe someone made him put a condom on a banana at one point. And he learned a little more than he was bargaining for that day. I don't know. So I don't care about that. That doesn't shock me. Where I think it gets funny is this guy insisted this wasn't a sex thing. I swear to God, he said that he fell on it. Because you know how you have loose fruit rolling around your shower? Yeah. That could happen to anyone. He fell on an apple. That was his story. And by the way, ever since, this is how I choose to believe Isaac Newton really discovered gravity. That's the real story, I think. And then his publicist was like, I have notes. Right? So whatever, that doesn't shock me. Again, I don't get why he didn't just own it. Because it must be so liberating as well. When you think about, I spent so much of my life worrying about what people are thinking of me. If I had an apple stuck up my ass, I'd know exactly what people were thinking of me. In fact, no, I should try it. No, so I'm like, whatever, because at that point you're beyond judgment, beyond embarrassment. Nobody cares what you say or do. So when they ask you how the apple got up there, fucking get creative. Lean into it, have some fun with it, you know what I mean? Just go like, well, I'm just trying to be a good Christian. The Bible says be fruitful. It was more full of fruit than me. I mean, right? I wasn't gonna do it, but I was tempted by a serpent. You know what I mean? Just get biblical about it. I don't know. Or just go like, well, how am I supposed to do anal? I'm vegan. Yeah. No meat goes inside my body. Or, if they think you're gross already, fucking lean in. Just get extra gross. Double down. Just go like, oh, it's not about the apple. It's about the worm. Someone's awake. Just hey, don't you judge me. This is how it was taught to be by a man named Sex Ed, the janitor at Hogwarts. Just have fun with it. I don't know, but imagine being related to this guy. Imagine having to visit him in the hospital. Like, what do you bring? Not a fruit basket. You got this guy a pineapple, he could die. You know what I mean? Attempted murder. No. It's amazing. But it gets better. The story gets better because they go to remove the thing, the foreign body, to produce the produce, if you will. They want, and I in the heat of the moment, I forgot to ask how they do it. I so want to know how do you get that out? Like, what do they use? Like a plunger? I don't know. Like, what are those truffle pigs made? I don't know. What if it's the Heimlich maneuver? Like, you just flip them upside down and just, could be that. My point is, they go to remove the thing, and they find 2 apples. And I'm like, why? Why tell them about one, but not the other? Did he lose count? Like, is it like, oh, I mean, a lot goes up there. I can't keep track of all of it. I don't know. Was it like, I can't tell him it's 2. I don't want him to think I'm weird. What is your deal?